So now we continue with mensuration. So we had done the exercise 20A, which was based on cylinders. Now we move on to the next exercise, that is based on cones. So cone are also called as right circular cone, because if you see a cone, so if you see a particular cone is always like this, and over here this particular line over here, this will be perpendicular. So this line over here is perpendicular, and hence we call it as a right circular cone. Okay, because if you see the cross, this it take this particular triangular form and rotate it, it will form into a cone. So that's why it's a right circular cone which is going to be obtained. Now, so in this particular right circular cone, if you see this particular right angle triangle, and this triangle, this over here, so this much part over here is the radius. Okay, this is the radius over here, and this over here is the height. So this is the height, this is the radius. Accordingly, this line over here, which is the hypotenuse over here, is the slant height, is the L over here. Hence we say that the slant height L is equals to the square root of r square plus h square. So that is nothing but Pythagoras theorem. Said L square is equal to h square by r square, or we can directly say L, that is slant height, is equal to square root of r square plus h square. That's the first formula what we are using. So we have L is equals to r square plus h square. We'll take it this way, or you can also take the square root. So one and the same. The second formula now will be about the volume of this particular cone. So volume wise, it is seen that the cone is 1/3 the volume of the cylinder. Okay, so when you are removing, so you can consider that there is one triangle here and one triangle here and one triangle here. So that's why you are dividing into three parts. So we are having what is remaining is only 1/3 of the original volume. That's why volume of the cone is 1/3 pi r square h. Okay, it's 1/3 pi r square h as the volume of the cone. And then comes the surface area. So again, first of all will be curved surface area. So curved surface area will be equal to pi rl. So this is pi rl. You don't require the derivation of any of these. So it is just the learning of it. It is pi rl is the curved surface area. That is, अगर चने का पूड़ी हम लोग ने बनाया तो उसका जो एरिया है, that is the curved part, is nothing but pi rl. Okay, that is L is the slant height and R is the radius. And the total surface area, of course, that was very simple now, because total surface area will be curved surface area, that is pi rl, plus the base. The base is nothing but a circle, which is pi r square. So it is pi r square. Therefore, it will be pi r l plus r. That is TSA is pi r l plus r. So this is going to be your formulas. You are going to have this four formulas. Slant height is r square by h square. Volume is 1/3 pi r square h, and CSA, that is curved surface area, is pi r l. Total surface area is pi r l plus r, or you can have it separately, pi r l plus pi r square. So this is the formulas which you are going to use in the exercise, which is going to be next one, that is exercise 20B. So we start with exercise number 20B. So exercise, you see the first sum now. So the first sum over here is find the volume of a cone whose slant height is 17 and the radius of the base is 8. So this is the first sum what we are having, is given as the volume. We need to find out where the slant height, so slant height is equals to 17 and the radius of the base is 8 centimeters. You need to find out the volume. Volume का formula is pi r square h, 1/3 pi r square h. So h we need to find out. So from this formula we'll find out h. So we have over here h square is equals to l square minus r square is equals to 17 square minus 8 square. It's 289 minus 64 is 225. So h is equals to 15 centimeters. Okay. So now we know volume is equals to 1/3 pi r square h. So So that will be 1 upon 3 into 22 upon 7 into R is 8 into 8 into 15. So this cancels to 5 and no other cancellation is possible. So it is 8 is the 64 and this is 110. So 64 into 110 to the 44, 66, so 70. So that will be 7040 upon 7. That will be 1 0 and then will be again 40. So 1 and then 0 and then there is not going to be again 0 and then will be 5 and then will be 50, so 7 and then 1, so 1. So that is going to be 1005.71 centimeter cube with the volume of the required cone. Let's check up the answer. So it's 20B, first is 105.71. We now move on to the next question, that is question number 3. So question number 3 now. The circumference of a base of a 12-meter high conical tent is 66 meters. Find the volume of the air contained in it. Okay, we just need to find the volume of the cone, wherein the given you the height to be as 12 and the circumference of the base is 66. So we have over here the third one as circumference is equals to 66 meters. So we have 2 pi r is equals to 66. So r is equals to 66 into 1 upon 2 into 7 upon 22. So this is 3 so there will be 21 upon 2 is r. The next is h is already given to you as 12. 12 meter high. Therefore volume is equals to 1 upon 3 pi r square h is 1 upon 3 into 22 upon 7 into 21 upon 2 into 21 upon 2 into 12. 7 3s are 3 cancels. This cancels over here with 11. This cancels over here to give you 6. So that is going to give you 66 into 21. So that will be 66, 21. So 66, 1, 0, 2, 3. So 6831. So 1386 centimeter cube will be the volume of the air which is going to be there in that particular tent. It is in meters, so not centimeters, meters. So that will be the volume of air which is present inside that tent. Okay, we check it out. The answer B is 1386. We now move on to sum number 5. So sum number 5. Two right circular cones x and y are made x having 3 times the radius of y and y having half the volume of x. Calculate the ratio of their heights of x and y. So you have got over here that is one is x, other is y. This is cone x and cone y. The first thing they are given is that having 3 times the radius of y, x has got 3 times the radius of y. So radius wise, if this is going to be a, or we can say if this is r, this is going to be 3r. Okay, so radius is 3 times, and the volume wise it is given that the volume of the is half. Okay, x and y having half the volume of x, y having half the volume of x. So if this is v, this is going to be 2v because y is having half the volume of v, so it is this way. We need to find out the ratios of the heights. So here we know that vx upon vy is equals to 1 upon 3 pi rx square upon hx upon 1 upon 3 pi ry square hy. Okay, this is what we are just taking as formula because the radius we are taking as rx iska or iska r h is over just we don't need to find out. We need to find out the ratio hx and hy. So accordingly, you see 1/3, 1/3 gets cancelled, pi gets cancelled. Vx upon Vy we go here as 2V upon V is equals to Rx over here is 3R the whole square upon R the whole square into Hx into Hy. So this is Hx and Hy. So this gives me Vv gets cancelled. So 2 is equals to 9R square into Hx upon R square into Hy. So this R square gets cancelled. So you just place it over here. So 2 upon 9 is equals to Hx upon Hy. Therefore, ratio is given as 2:9. So ratio of the heights of the two is given as 2:9. You can check out the answer for sum number 5 is 2:9. So that's the correct answer. We now move on to sum number 7. So now we move on to sum number 7. There are two cones. The curved surface area of one is twice that of other. The slant height of the latter is twice that of the former. Find the ratio of the radii. So again, we have got two cones. Let us take it as, again we'll take it as x and y only. X and y are the two cones. So firstly they are given us that the curved surface area of the two cones is twice, of one cone is twice the other. So if you see the CSA, so if this is over here as one is twice the other, we'll just take this as twice. So 2x, so this will be x. And slant height of the latter is twice that of the former. So slant height of this, L of this is twice that of the former. So this is 2L, this is L. Okay. We'll read again so that we are not making any mistake. The curved surface area of one is twice the other. So this is twice the other. Of one is twice the other. Barabar. And finally, the slant height of the latter. Slant height of the latter is twice the former. So it is this way. Okay, understood this part? Now we are going to find out the ratios of the radii. So over here we know that CSA. So CSA1 upon CSA2 is equal, x and y will be equal to, you know CSA का formula क्या है? Pi r L. So it is pi r x L x upon pi r y L y. So pi gets cancelled. Over this the ratio is 2x upon x is equals to, here rx upon ry is what we need to find out. Whereas Lx upon L is nothing but L upon 2L. So LL gets cancelled. Now bring the 2 x's gets cancelled. So to bring it 2 over here, it is 4 upon 1 is equals to Rx upon Ry. Therefore ratio of radii is 4:1. That is sum number 7. So sum number 7, the ratio is 4:1. Next we see is sum number 9. That's sum number 9. Find what length of canvas 1.5 meter in width is required to make a conical tent 48 meters in diameter and 7 meters in height, given that 10% of the canvas is used in folds and stitches. Also find the cost of the canvas at the rate of 24 per meter. Now this is a very important sum. Okay. What is given? You are making a tent. So what does a tent require? Tent requires a cloth. So cloth कहाँ लगाएंगे? Only on the periphery. नीचे ग्राउंड में कभी कैंप नहीं हुआ. So basically the required cloth, the cloth required to make the tent will be nothing but the curved surface area of the tent, of the cone, because the tent is in the form of a cone. So tent ka curved surface area, that is the cone ka curved surface area, is the total amount of cloth required. So you see over here that they have given the details. Let's write them down. Length of the canvas. Find what length of canvas. So now, for another thing is that they have told that the canvas is already in the standard width. Okay, हम लोग जब भी कपड़ा खरीदने जाते हैं तो क्या होता है, कपड़ा is always in the form of a width is there and then it's in a roll. So जब भी हम लेते हैं तो it is given to you in 1 meter, 2 meters. और फिर अगर वो कम पड़ेगा तो you are joining the two widths together, so make it broader. So अगर width बढ़ाना है तो you have to add it this way. जैसे पर्दा वगैरह बनता है तो always there is a stitch in between. The पर्दा जब भी बनेगा तो लंबे लंबे विंडोज के लिए पर्दे के बीच में स्टिच होता है. क्यों? Because the width of that particular cloth is standard. So here they given that the width of that canvas which is going to be used is 1.5 meters. We don't require that thing right now. We will require it later because what we want is the length of the canvas. So first of all, what is the details we are given about the tent? We will take that thing. It is required to make a conical tent of 48 meters in diameter. So diameter is equals to 48 meters. Therefore radius is equals to 24 meters. So we will take the radius r is equals to 24 meters. And height is 7 meters. It is given the height is equals to 7 meters. Now, because we know that we need the, so cloth required is equals to CSA of tent. Therefore, for CSA, what will require? We will require the slant height. So, we will have L square is equals to H square plus R square. That is 7 square plus 24 square. That is 49 plus 576. That is going to give me 625. So accordingly we have the length is equals to 25 centimeters. The slant height is 25 centimeters. So accordingly CSA is equals to pi RL is 22 upon 7 into R is 24 into 25. Got it? They have told us that yeah, so that is it. This is the CSA. So the CSA over here will be equal to, this is 600 into 22. So 22 into 6. So 6 2s are 12, 6 2s are 12, 13, 132. So 13200 upon 7 meter square is the area of the cloth required. Okay, so let's see this. So now we see one more important thing is that the area of the cloth required is 13200 upon 7 meters. पर मुझे मालूम है कि this is, the cloth will be in rectangular form, length into breadth, where breadth is going to be standard. What is the standard breadth given to you? Width of the canvas is 1.5 meters. So here we know that area of canvas is equals to length into breadth. So 13200 upon 7 is equals to length into 1.5. So that will give me 13200 into 10 upon 7 into 15 is equals to L. Clear? We do the calculations now. So we take it first. Okay, हम लोग ये देख लेते हैं. This is 3za, this is 2za, and then this 3za is going to go for here is for 12za, and then again 44, so 0 and then 7 not going to take place, so it is going to be length is equals to 8800 upon 7, that is going to be 1 2 then 40, so 5 then 50, so this will be 40 35 for 50, so it will be 7 and then 10, so 1 and then 30, so 4. So this much meters will be the length of the cloth required. So the length of the cloth required will be this one. But here the main thing is, given that 10% of the canvas is used in folds and stitches. So now you can say this is not the cloth. This is the cloth required if there would have not been any stitches or anything there. They are given that jitna cloth required hai, uska 10% is going to be in this case. Now the most important part comes here, which you have to be very careful. There are two things. One is 10% of the CSA is used in folds and stitches. In that case, what will happen? I'm just going to add 10% to it and find out the total canvas required. One is 10% of the area or the cloth, that is the area is, so you are going to consider 10% of the area to be more. Okay, the area will be more by 10% if you are considering the 10% for stitches and folds. But here it is ulta. क्या दिया है? 10% of the canvas. 10% of the canvas is going to be used for folds and stitches. This is not the canvas. This is the tent. So if we consider let the length be x. So if we say let length of canvas be x, then 10% of x is used in folds and stitches. Therefore, x minus 10% of x is equals to 1257.14. समझा? 10% of the canvas, not the area. See, it is, I give the example over here. मैं अगर बोलता हूँ मेरे पास 100 rupees है and I want to give 10% to somebody, then it is 10% of 100 is 10 rupees. So automatically what is remaining with me is 90. 100 minus 10. But if I say that मेरे पास 90 है और उसका 10% मुझे मिलने वाला है, तो it will be 90 plus 9. It will be 99 and not 100. Did you understand this? 90 plus 10% is of 90 is only 90 plus 90. 90 plus 9 will be 99. 100 minus 10% will give you 90. Okay, so it cannot happen that जो चीज में से मुझे 10% सब्ट्रैक्ट करना है और जो आंसर आता है उसी में अगर 10% ऐड करो तो मुझे वो आंसर मिलेगा, ऐसा कभी नहीं होता है. A value less 10% will give you some value. That value plus 10% doesn't give me this value. It will always give me some value less than this one. Because जैसे मैंने बताया ना, 100 minus 10% is 90. But 90 plus 10% is 99, not 100. Similarly over here, 10% x minus 10% will be this. Because that is what I require. I require this much amount of for the tent. वो 10% को जितना भी मेरे पास कैनवस था उसका 10% मैं स्टिचेस में डाल दिया, तो बाकी का जितना है उससे टेंट बनेगा. सो दिस इज हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू यूज इट. सो x minus 10% of x is 1257.14. So accordingly this will be x upon 100 upon x, 10 upon 100. So 100 minus 10 is 90. So it is 90 upon 100 x is equal to 1257.14. So x will be equal to 1257.1.4 upon 9. So accordingly it will be equal to given as 9 ones are 9, then it will be 35, so it will be 3s are 27, and then it will be 8 87 will be again 9 9s 81, and then 61 will be with 6, so 54, so it will be 671. So 71, yeah, 71 will be again, क्या कर रहा था मैं, yeah, 7, okay, 7s are the 63, yeah, and then it is going to be 71 and 63, so again say 8 84 will be again 9 and something, so it will be 1396. So length of the canvas which will be required over here, yeah, 1396.83, the point decimal. So this will be the amount of meters of cloth required. They are given that it is 1396.83. You can just check up the calculation somewhere, or even this one if you keep it like this. One second, I'll just check up if we keep it like this, then what happens. If I keep it 7 over here, then also it is not going to help me in any calculations. So you can keep it like this. So it doesn't matter. It is one. And now the cost will be equal to. So this is nothing but 1396.8. We can take it as 8 directly. And you are going to multiply it with, even it's 24 rupees per meter. So into 24, that is going to give me the cost. So I'll just write the answer over here. So you calculate it, it come out to be 33,523.92. 33,523.92. Okay, this is the answer. So basically calculation is important, but moreover in this sum what was most important was this step. If you see the solved examples, in the solved example there is sum number 12 on page number 301, where they are given two things, two conditions. 20% of canvas is used in fold and switches, and canvas used in fold and switches 20% of the curved surface area. These are the two things which I was talking about. In the first case, that is 20% of the canvas used in fold, let's say यहाँ पे 10% of the canvas used, you are going to take it this way. Let the canvas be X, and you are say X minus 10% of X is equal to this much. This you are going to use when it is 10% of the canvas used. And when you are saying that canvas used in folds and switches is 10% of the CSA, at that time you are going to just add 10% to this thing. You are just going to add 10%, यानी इधर 1257 plus 125 ऐड करके जो भी आंसर आता है वो निकालेंगे. Okay, so this is very important over here. You can see the short example number 12, so that you can get an idea what is the difference between the two things over there, and accordingly you will need to check the question properly before you do the sum. Check the sum properly, that what is exactly asked, and do accordingly. Okay, so this was sum number 9. We now move on to sum number 11. Okay, I'll just check up. Okay, we'll stop here and go for the next video for sum number 11.